Well, that's it guys. I'm selling my Tenere 700. I listed it on Marketplace a couple days ago. I've been getting a lot of messages and questions like, Andrew, why? I thought you loved this bike. And I do. When I say I'm selling this motorcycle, it has nothing to do with the Tenere's performance, how it reacts, how awesome it is. The bike has no shortcomings at all. Instead, it's a difference in life decision, and the Tenere offers so much. In fact, it's one of my most loved motorcycles. I've put over 3,000 miles on this motorcycle since I bought it off the showroom floor a year and a half ago. Now you might be thinking, well, that's not a lot of miles, but for me it actually is because I have limited ride time, and I also have a 3 motorcycle garage. And typically I don't record when I ride the Tenere, so that's actually means I ride it a lot considering. Now also, as far as the miles, most of them are off-road, but the road miles I did do, I enjoy riding this motorcycle on road better than I did my modded SV650. The Tenere offers similar power, great pickup, but it also has the added benefit of going off-road and a better seating position. So the Tenere is definitely a fun motorcycle to ride. So if you ask me why I'm selling it, there's a few reasons why, and one of which probably won't resonate with you well, but just bear with me here and you'll get my reason. And as I said, the motorcycle has nothing wrong with it. It's done nothing wrong. But in the place that I am, and I ride in limited times, I have 2 jobs, I'm also a father, and I try to make YouTube content. So I might get out to ride once, maybe 2 times a week. And when I do, most of the time I'm filming content or I'm filming action roll, in which I'm usually riding a different motorcycle and not so much the Tenere. Now I do love the Tenere for moto camping and 2-up riding, that sort of thing, but I'm not doing it as much, and I could also do the moto camping on the Rally, and I could also buy something a lot less expensive, let's say like a V-Strom 1000 for 2-up riding. So one major thing that's unique to my situation is if I sell the Tenere 700, I'll also be able to maybe purchase other vehicles that I can review and put on the channel, like a DR650, a KLR, or an XR650, stuff like this that I want to ride and put on the channel. So for a lot of people, that's not something that they're going to be able to relate to, but for me, it makes perfect sense. If I didn't have this YouTube channel and I rode just strictly for pleasure, I would absolutely keep the Tenere 700. The other added benefit is when I sell it, I'll have money also to get my daughter a bike. In a short period of time, my daughter will be street legal and able to ride with me, so I would like to get a backup bike like an XT250 or maybe a Super Sherpa, something like this that's smaller and it's closer to the ground that anybody can pick up and ride, including my daughter, so I can take her on moto camping trips with me. And though my daughter can ride the Tenere 700, I've showed it in videos, there is no way she's going to be able to pick this bike up if she drops it, nor can she handle the power. Her throttle, I mean, she's very good at riding dirt bikes, but she's just not disciplined enough for this type of motorcycle. So even if I put her on the 300L, for example, it's just too big, too tall for her. And in fact, the 300L is taller than the Tenere. 300 has aftermarket suspension, so my 300 is actually really tall. So either way, neither of these motorcycles she can ride. So if you're near New Jersey and you're interested in this motorcycle, I'll pin it in the comments below in case you want to check it out. Check out the pictures of my motorcycle. And if you know anything about YouTube, people's comments, they try to put these comments here to hurt you, to rot your inner soul. And one thing that I had was people would say like, oh, you only like the 300L or the 300 Rally because you can't handle a bigger bike, which is not true at all because, you know, I had the early KTM 690, I had YZ 450, I had a YZ 426. I'm familiar with bigger bikes. The thing is, I also had the Tenere, and I can point to my Tenere videos and be like, hey, I ride this on the regular. I ride it off-road. I ride it through the sand. So you can't really say that that's why I prefer a smaller bike like the 300L. I prefer the utility of the 300L in a lot of different scenarios. Like it's lighter weight than the Tenere for, you know, adventure type riding and stuff like that. So it has been nice to have this motorcycle to also reinforce my claim of being an okay rider. I'm not an amazing rider, but to be able to say, hey, I can ride this and I won't drop my bike all day riding through the sand, you know, 5-day moto camping trip through sand and trails and never drop the motorcycle, that says something at least about my abilities and for people that watch my motorcycle content. And yes, you can make YouTube content without being a good rider, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people do it and that's fine and they're open and upfront about it, but I also think that, you know, if I'm dropping my bike all the time or it limits the places in which I can go, then that's a mark against, right? So those are the reasons. If anybody asks, I can send them this video. It's a fantastic bike. I love the motorcycle. I'll probably buy one again or something similar to it in the future when, you know, I can have more bikes. And it has nothing to do with space or anything like that. It's just like a money issue and just having bikes sitting around, like the Tenere sitting here and it wouldn't be getting ridden. I've rode it maybe 3 or 4 times this year, you know, like once a month. So it's just not getting the seat time that it deserves on top of it, you know? So that's mainly why I'm selling it. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. My name is Andrew. This is Motorcycles Off-Road. Thanks, guys.